Hello everyone, Dr. Suneel Dhand, internal medicine physician. Welcome to another video. How to know if your doctor is rubbish. Yes, I've really said that because I believe there are an awful lot of rubbish doctors out there. And people in America have always laughed whenever I've used the word rubbish. It's not a commonly used word over here, but you can use any word you like. Terrible, bad, suboptimal. That's a little bit more of a diplomatic word. And it's such a shame when a doctor is rubbish at what they do, because you have a patient, somebody suffering at a low point in their lives, and they go to a medical institution seeking help, and they are met by a rubbish, suboptimal doctor. And I've seen this myself. I've been in situations both in the United States and United Kingdom where I've been with a family member or a friend, and I've introduced myself sitting there as a doctor, an experienced doctor, and that individual still couldn't up their game when they've been talking to my family member or a friend. They still are very obviously not particularly good doctors. And of course, I'm not suggesting that all doctors are like this. I think many doctors are very good and they go to work wanting to do a good job and they're good communicators. But there are lots out there who are not this way. And I want to share with you in this video 6 red flag signs to know when your doctor is rubbish. Number 1, lack of eye contact and engagement. This is such a basic fundamental premise of communication. It's astonishing that anyone could be lacking in this area. The eyes are a window to anyone's soul. Any professional who won't make eye contact, there's a huge red flag right there. And whether it's because the doctor is distracted, whether it's because they're simply not interested, or whether it's because they're looking at a screen instead, which I don't accept as an excuse. No matter how much typing work there is to do, a good doctor should spare time to look directly at their patient as their patient is pouring their heart out and sharing their intimate concerns with the doctor. Number 2, dismissal or brushing off a concern. How often does this happen? A patient will share with their doctor a deep concern, a question, an opinion on something, and that doctor will arrogantly brush it off, dismiss it, and often in the process make the patient feel bad as well. A lot of you have probably had this happen to you before. Feel free to comment down below with your particular story. But I always hate hearing stories like this, because the times when a question or concern is utterly ridiculous are few and far between. And regardless, a professional should never make their patient, client, or whoever it is feel bad for asking a question. That's what the professional is there for, to answer questions and give opinions. And in fact, any professional, especially a doctor, should be honored where they are in a position to answer questions and give their own opinion, but only after listening to their patient. Number 3, talking more than listening. As the saying goes, if speaking is silver, then listening is gold. This is a very simple concept which many doctors appear to forget. Your job is to listen to your patient. Spend more time listening, observing, than you do talking. And any doctor should also practice active listening skills. They are not there just to blurt out whatever comes into their head and constantly interrupt their patients. Listen, listen, listen if you are a doctor. Because the truth is, from a clinical standpoint, simply listening to the patient's history will give us a diagnosis before we even examine the patient or ordered any tests. That's how a good doctor should think. Number 4, a lack of empathy and compassion. This might be the biggest red flag of all, because if your doctor comes across as indifferent and not really caring, then it's time to rethink whether this person should really be your doctor. Most human beings in general have a very good perception if somebody is not showing empathy or compassion towards them. And if you get that sense, then it's a big no. Number 5, rushed appointments and consultation times. Now, this is one that I have a little bit of sympathy for because I know how rushed the world of healthcare is. Now, back in the day, back when I used to do this, I actually used to teach doctors communication skills. And one of the things I used to teach was how you can appear a bit more relaxed even when you're in a hurry. And so many doctors are inadvertently all the time giving off signals that they are super rushed and hurried. And it's a question of modifying your body language. Nobody likes the sense that the person they are talking to is super rushed and super stressed. So this is something that a lot of doctors need to work on. For whatever time you have allocated with the patient, there are ways to appear a bit more calm and utilize active listening skills. This could apply actually to any profession. Number 6, failure to follow up or provide clear instructions. This is a massive problem in healthcare. A lot of doctors frequently drop the ball. But there are fewer things more important than providing clear follow-up instructions. And I also blame healthcare information technology for not making follow-up instructions completely clear. And what you want to make sure of is that if you're having any tests or you're having any procedure done, that the aftercare and what you need to do afterwards is very clear. Frequently, actually, in the hospital, actually now nearly all the time, I'm so dismayed by the computerized discharge instructions which we give to patients, which our systems print out. This is a universal problem. They are so incoherent that I take matters into my own hands. I sit down with the patient and I print out a separate Word document with very clear discharge instructions. I print it out usually with big writing on a Word document, particularly important for older people, and I go over everything that needs to happen post-hospital discharge. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, all the things that must be done so we close that loop of communication. But after any healthcare interaction, what happens next should be abundantly crystal clear to any patient. So those are 6 areas then where doctors frequently fall short. And if they tick those boxes, hopefully they don't tick all 6 boxes, it may well indicate that they are completely rubbish. And it is time to rethink whether you want to continue with that doctor. And I wish things were that simple that you could just up and change a doctor, but the reality is it's not that easy to change doctors. A lot of people are stuck with their doctor. It's a little bit easier in the United States and United Kingdom where there's more choice, but many people out there, millions of people, don't really have a choice. And that's when you really have to take things into your own hands. But anyway, I hope if you have a doctor that you have a good doctor and they don't tick a lot of those boxes. And please don't be afraid of providing feedback to your doctor if they are falling short. Call them out on it, either directly or to the administration. I know a lot of people feel a bit intimidated in healthcare interactions, but you shouldn't be. Nothing is more important than your health and your family's health, and you must be direct and as assertive as possible. Obviously, you can do so politely. You don't want to call someone rubbish to their face. Most people wouldn't like to do that, even if the person is rubbish, but there's always diplomatic ways of doing things. Hopefully, you can find a way to do so, but I hope that you are not in this position in the first place. Thanks everyone for watching. Feel free to comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Check out my Health Academy and my online program. Those links are down below, as is a link to my free newsletter. If you haven't already signed up for that, please do so. Hit the like button if you like this video and the bell button for more similar videos in the future. We will speak again very soon.